2022 Hellraiser does something very few Hellraiser movies do. It feels like Hellraiser. Yes, I watched Hellraiser on Hulu and I really like the movie. I'll one up this. I'll say that this is how you reboot a franchise. A franchise that have seen quite a mistreatment for decades now. So let's begin with what Hellraiser is. Hellraiser is a Hulu streaming movie that is based on it's a reboot or a sequel or whatever. It's a reboot, okay? It's a reboot of the film franchise that was started in 1987 by Clive Barker, based on his novella The Hellbound Heart. It's not a one-to-one direct adaptation of the novella, it's more like an original story that draws a lot of inspiration from all four cinematic Hellraiser movies. There have been like 10 or 11 Hellraiser movies, four cinematic, and the rest were direct-to-video. Mostly repurposed scripts that are turned Hellraiser movies, so the producers don't lose the rights to the franchise. Most of them are bad. Deader, the seventh one, was actually quite decent in my opinion, but it didn't feel like Hellraiser. So yeah, the franchise has been quite not good since the second movie. The story is about a recovering addict who has she really needs money, and her also recovering addict boyfriend tells her they can rob a warehouse that belongs to a missing billionaire, and there they found this strange cube, sort of like a Rubik cube, that everybody knows where it is, and she has a fight with her brother. She leaves the house, she fiddles with the cube and manages to unlock it. And then her brother finds her. He gets cut by the blade that gets out of the cube and he goes missing. So she tries to find him. And actually, there is a new sort of mythos to the Hellraiser franchise, a reboot of it, because the lament configuration, the cube that allows for the Cenobites. I mean, come on. You know what Hellraiser is if you're watching this video. If you're not, just go and watch the first movie. It's a classic and it deserves to be one. One of the new things done in this version of Hellraiser is that every time the cube is solved, it changes shape. It gets a different shape, and every time it's solved, it claims a soul. And when it reaches the final stage, then you are able to get a wish from Leviathan, the Lord of the Cenobites. And this movie really nails it in ways that a lot of the sequels did not. One of the things that I do like about it is that it focuses on the core themes of Hellraiser. Addiction, how far would you go for a loved person, what you would sacrifice for it, who would sacrifice for it, to be more precise. The Cenobites being the Cenobites. Lust for power. Yeah, quite a lot of themes, heavy themes, and they're explored, and actually the script manages to juggle all of them because it doesn't go too hard into them. It just let them play, and it focuses on the characters and the Cenobites. And yeah, it's 2022, so of course Pinhead, or the priest, as it's called in the credits, is a woman now, but of course nobody cares because that's within the lore. I really liked seeing Clayton as the Pinhead or the priest. She has the presence required for the role. I was not enthused about how they did her voice. There was a lot of reverb and a vocoder on her voice that felt very off. But yeah, that's just details. I really loved the design of the new Cenobites. It's basically the old Cenobites redesigned, but there is less leather and more flesh, and there is also quite a feel that they are automatons. There is a whole clockwork-like, steampunk-like design to them that I did enjoy a lot, and along with the cube changing shapes, every time that the cube is solved and changes shape, there is also changes in the scenery, like walls coming apart, and the rooms taking shape and going into the Cenobite dimension, which feels great. It's a great visual cue, really unnerving, really. It's not subtle exactly, but it plays very well to the horror of the movie. At first, the Cenobites are not there. They are, they appear briefly and in the shadows, and as the movie progresses, they become more prominent. You start to see them, which builds a lot of tension. I really like the designs and the visual effects. There is quite a bit of gore in this movie that's very enjoyable. It doesn't shy away from the gory parts. There's a lot of mutilation, hooks, and other instruments of torture. It's Hellraiser, alright? Yeah, I enjoyed a lot of the violence in the movie, the gore, and the characters were quite interesting. The performances were. It's a horror movie, alright? The performances were decent. And I didn't feel bored with it. It's a 2 hour long movie, so yeah, I could easily feel that it goes too far, it's too long, but no, it's not. You can cut 10 minutes or so, but I don't care. It was entertaining and kept me interested. There is a very good pace on how the lore is revealed, and the lore is. It's not simple, it's quite complex, but there is a good drip of information so you can follow it, and it ends on a very interesting way. The ending is great. I really liked how they reused a lot of the music from the first films, and it was a great touch. I feel that this remake, unlike a lot of modern remakes or reboots or whatever, it was very faithful to the original without being blindly observing it. It manages to nail all the things that make Hellraiser great. It pays a lot of homages to Clive Barker, not only the Hellraiser movie. I mean, there was a part that reminded me of Candyman, another one that was. I cannot recall the title of the story right now. I cannot recall the title of the story, but it was a story from the Books of Blood with some thieves breaking into a warehouse and finding something they shouldn't find. And I was reminded of that in the early stages when the couple breaks into the warehouse. Yes, the new additions to the lore I think they were better than what some of the sequels did. And the way they tackled a lot of the elements from different Hellraiser movies, like, the power-hungry businessman who has a nightclub and tries to lure people to solve the cube, to get the power of the Cenobites. It manages to tie together both Hellraiser 2, 3, and he's a bit of an ugly Frank character too, so Hellraiser 1. The whole big brother that is protective of his addict sister. That's something you often see in Clive Barker movies. The protector type of character in Clive Barker novels, it's mostly a woman, but here it's reversed, it's a guy. And then when the brother disappears, then the sister is out to find him. So there is this protector, this protective love, and the way she is tempted by the Cenobites to sacrifice people to get her brother back. Yes, a bit of spoilers, but that's a callback to Julia in the original Hellraiser, and there is also a scene that is kind of a callback, a more innocent, wholesome version of the Uncle Frank and Julia meeting again. There's a scene in the ending that is a great callback to Hellraiser 2. There's a lot of things that whoever wrote the script and made this movie clearly knew the franchise and clearly cared for it. So there's a lot of callbacks to it, a lot of influence by it, and being a fan of the Hellraiser movies, despite how good or not they are, I'll say that yes, I was very pleased. It was an interesting fan service that was very well melded into the script. I mean, there is even an element out of Hellraiser 4. It's a bit of a spoiler. So yeah, that movie is a recommend from me. I'm very happy watching this movie. I'm very happy it exists. It's the way that a lot of reboots should be done, respectfully, getting what worked for the original and making something new out of it, respecting the fans, respecting the lore, having some fan service that feels organic to the movie, having a new approach to whatever made the movie popular, like the designs of the Cenobites and the gore. The gore was very good in this movie. I enjoyed the gore. There was a scene involving a nail. It was the penultimate kill, I believe. That was really, really hitting me hard. Yeah, that's great gore. And the ending scene, you know what I mean. If you watch the movie, you know what scene I mean. That was amazing. That was a great special effects scene. I did enjoy a lot. The way it ends, it's very bleak. You know what I mean. It is very well foreshadowed earlier on, and it just feels like a perfect circle. Every bit of it was foreshadowed and built into the movie, and then it comes and you're like, oh fuck, that's deep. Yes, it was a great movie. I hope they don't do a bad sequel out of it, alright? I think that the job was well done and I enjoyed it a lot. So, if you have watched this movie, leave a comment below if you liked it or not. I'd love to hear your opinions, and I'll see you soon. Stay spooky.